DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool.
Well, hello again, and welcome to DJNTV and our presenter spotlight. It's Bill Herman, and tonight I'm talking to Brandon Steward. I'm saying that right, aren't I?
Yes, sir.
Brandon's from Fort Worth, Texas, and he's going to be one of the presenters at the DJNTV show in coordination for Photo Booth Expo. That, of course, happens February 24th, 25th. 26th and 27th at the South Point Hotel in Las Vegas. And it's going to be a great show. We got so many presenters. We've been having interviews just like left and right. And we're not even probably going to get to everybody before we get to this show in February. We're going to do our best, though. Today, though, I'm really interested to talk to Brandon. I don't know how often Brandon and I have talked. I think I remember that I may have met you in passing, and if I don't remember our exact moment we met, I want to apologize right now.
Not a problem, man. I've met a lot of people in the distant field.
Exactly in
the industry. So you
are going to be talking about some very cool stuff, and we'll get to that in a minute here. But are you originally from Texas, there, brother?
Yes, sir. We're from Texas.
So you grew up in the Fort Worth area?
Yes, sir.
So when you were younger, I mean, was DJ or performer or something you wanted to do, or when did you start getting into this sort of thing?
I would say started in high school. More seriously, approach mainly on the large scale production side of things. Theater lighting and I was actually DJing between passing periods in high school between classes.
Wait, you were DJing in the hallways?
No, I was actually DJing in the front office on the intercom system.
No way.
Yeah, so my specific time slot was like EDM music, like techno music, and then somebody else will have maybe like oldies, and then somebody else will have like hip hop. So it's different genres between different passing periods and different DJs. But going back further than that,
school class of some kind, or
yeah. So yeah, and we had a class called, and it's still there, called SHS Productions. So Southwest High School Productions.
Okay. So
I have a teacher named Tim Hood that pretty much got me into that when I was signed up for his class. And prior to that, I would say probably when I was about 13 years old, I actually took some classes at what we call Studio 46 in Fort Worth. And that had a lot to do with audio visual at a cable station.
Okay, so let's start there. Well, why in the world does a 13-year-old go, I want to do that? Where were you in your brain that made you want to go to the cable access channel and learn about this stuff? Or were you like pushed over there by somebody?
No, I wasn't pushed. My mom knew I was into electronics and cameras and music. And I was, into, I know it sounds silly, but I'll take a boombox karaoke machine to our family events and play music for our family. You know, so I mean, those are like little baby steps going forward. I mean, going
but
back.
those, I mean, that's not sounding silly at all. You'd be surprised. You wouldn't be surprised to find out how many of us have got stories very, very similar to that.
Right. And
you learned the Digital Access channel that got you interested in moving forward to anything else.
Right. And I used to play, well, I still do. I've been playing piano keyboard since I was 4 years old.
Wow.
So I was inspired by music from that point and forward. So, I mean, in this room right here, I have 5 keyboards sitting in here.
So you're still playing?
Yeah.
Did you have that moment when you were in middle school where you tried to talk your mother out of not having to take piano anymore?
Oh, no. Really? But I did take some piano lessons, and it really wasn't for me because I was more of a play by ear. I like to make my own stuff.
Got it.
Kind of like a Hans Zimmer type situation.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, not even kind of. I'm sure it's exactly like a Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. So I like making like ambient music and stuff.
Yeah.
On there. It soothes my mind, you know. But so going back to the high school age, I started getting more serious on DJing, because when I was DJing between passing periods, that was like we were DJing off of what we call mini disc player, like a mini disc from Sony. So I was actually, you know, inspired by that, and that was before CD burners were starting to pick up.
Yeah,
and I would say probably about my junior year in high school, I picked up like a Radio Shack mixer and some CD players, and I started doing house parties ever since then. You know, so that went from like, I would say my junior year all the way through to like 2002.
So where were you getting your gear? How were you saving money, or were you buying stuff, or were you getting?
Yes, I was saving money. I was actually, so ever since I was 14, I've always worked since I was 14. So I got a job at a place called Tom Thumb Grocery Store. So I was sacking groceries, and I use that money to go buy sound equipment from Radio Shack.
Right. So when did you have a full rig to be able to do a party?
Officially, is when Steward's Productions was born. That was in 2005.
Oh my! So it took you till 2005 to actually get your first real full rig,
professional rig.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm not necessarily talking about professional. I mean, like
professional. Like
I mean, we did. That's not when you started. I mean,
no, that's not where I started. But I mean, hey, you know, I started with the B-52 Matrix 1000. You know, back in 2005, and then, long story short, my second gig with it actually fried on me.
How? How did you fry it?
The smoke was coming out of the
amp. That's amazing. That's the greatest.
I was able to get to the show with no sub, but with just mids and highs, and it hurt.
So do you know how you did it?
Oh, I had no choice. It's still.
But I mean, do you know how you did it? Do you know how you smoked it?
Oh no! Well, I was pushing it hard. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna crank this up. This sounds good. But I guess the compressor limiter didn't work very well in it, so it decided to smoke out on me.
Okay, so you got your first rig. You smoke it on the first party. Then what'd you do?
I took it back to Guitar Center, and we exchanged it. They gave me a store credit.
Way. They let you exchange it?
Yes. After having it for like over 2 months. So they took it back, and they ended up. I ended up switching over to Yamaha JRXs.
Okay.
15s tops and a QC amplifier, and then we had a Yamaha 18-inch subs, and we had that for a good while. I'll say for about 2 years. Good run with it.
So how old were you when you started your company?
23.
Okay, so why did you start a company? And why start? I
started this company because I have a big passion of music and lighting production and audio, visual, and video and imagery. You know, just events. I just have a passion for events. And
so was it immediately events, or was it a place for you to DJ?
I would say it's DJing,
Okay.
I mean, straight up. I mean, that's really how Steward's Productions started, was DJing. However, I have a video background, a really heavy video background, but on the flip side of it, DJing was something I enjoy, something I respect a lot, and I wanted to, it allowed me to make people happy on their happy days and their happy moments, just jamming to music, I enjoy music.
So you evolved into photography and cinematography. You've got a website just for school dances, for goodness sakes.
Right.
So you've got a lot of diversification. When did you begin to diversify out of, I got a DJ company and I go out and I party, into other things? And why?
I started to diverse the company back in 2013 into professional cinematography. That's when I started getting into it. I got serious with it in 2014 when I saw that it actually created more of a presence and it reached out to more people. So I was using those tools in cinematography to show off and promote the DJ business.
Okay.
In a cinematic way.
Right.
I want people to be like, yo, that was legit. Having the right camera gear, understanding the technical side of photography and videography, cinematography, whatever you want to call it, and respecting that industry, respecting that craft. There's a reason why some cameras cost so much over others,
Right.
And that's how I really started to evolve more of the photo and video into the company.
So really what you did was you began using those tools to help create marketing material for your DJ stuff.
That is correct.
And then from that, you started to see the art within it, and then started to provide to make that something you could provide to other people.
That is correct, and it's actually keeping me busy. When I have a team of people who work for me, and I have great professionals. I call them, team members. We're all team members,
right?
Because I can't do this without a team. It's not about me. What I tell our client, that we like to tackle one event at a time when we offer multiple services. So we can do photo, video, DJing, lighting, decor, and photo booth services all in one-stop shop. And that's what we're selling it as. And customers saw the value in it. They saw the high quality video, and that high quality video really make the lighting and the entertainment side polished and look so good to where it was a no-brainer. So now we can book the DJ services at a much higher price point than we were shooting, video and lower quality gear and lower quality video editing,
Right.
So
and I get that, but I guess what I think I'm interested in, and what a lot of people are interested in, is because there's guys out there watching this and are coming to the conference that they're DJs, right? They're like where you were when you began, and then all of a sudden you went, oh man, I'm going to use these tools to do some marketing, and now all of a sudden you got people wanting your photography and your cinematography stuff. So you were one man band for a while there. And then you had to build something beyond that, which is a terribly frightening thing for a lot of people who are out there trying to do this.
Right.
What was your first foray, and were you successful going out and finding a team? Because you didn't have a team when you started, right?
No, we didn't.
So, how did you start a team?
The way I did it was have somebody who can assist me with my current position.
Yeah.
As I was learning the new position, master that new position while he's managing the current position, and y'all go tackle these weddings or events or school dances together. So as my DJ is DJing, and I'll get behind the turntables too every once in a while throughout the night after I get the footage I want. But we're actually recording and creating and collecting marketing material for our DJ business from these dope cameras. At the same time, customers are spending extra money to have a video or photography made, and we utilize that money to put back into the DJ business.
Right. So while you're learning how to do videography, you've also training the other guy to DJ. So when you get good at videography, you move the guy from DJing into videography and you get another DJ. I mean, is that the circle?
No, I found another videographer. I have other shooters that I've hired.
So, but that's where it was. I mean, I'm trying to stay within that area. Okay. So where you began. So now you got your first guy and you didn't teach him the videography right away.
No,
you taught him to assist you.
Assist me. He's basically strictly assisting the entertainment. That's his main focus.
Right.
His focus is not photo or video, because I have other people who master photo and video, but they don't know nothing.
So now that's what I'm trying to get to. You went over to photo and video to try to learn it, right? And then did you just, once you thought you had it down, you just went out looking for people?
Correct. And I showed them how I want it shot and filmed.
Okay. So when you built on, were you getting one guy at a time, two guys at a time?
One at a time.
Okay. How was that for you? What were the biggest things that you learned when it came? Because I mean, you were kind of figuring this out as you went, right? I mean, you must have made some mistakes. What were the first couple of, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known that?
Run into situations where people are very opinionated and they have old habits, and they're not comfortable with change. Especially the videography side of it, because it's really hard to find a really good videographer who knows how to handle a stabilizer very well, or even a camera, even understand or even care about understanding. Right. So many people are just point and shoot and use auto everything, and and that affects the overall quality output of what our lights and what our entertainment's going to sound like.
So what you're saying was the toughest part was to find the guys who already had some skills, and then to train them to be consistently the kind of art that you want to sell.
That is correct. You're so much better at putting that together for me.
I'm trying to listen here. I'm trying to listen.
Yeah.
So that must have got easier as you went, or what? Did you just get better at finding those guys that you knew would be more malleable early, or was it always a problem?
It's an off and on problem. We run into other things too. When you run an operation like this, you're going to run into a lot of people until you find somebody who's loyal enough to stay with you. You could be paying somebody good money, but they will probably turn around and find a better offer, or just say, "Hey, I'm going to do it on my own." I had a guy that complained all the time. Even on the DJ side, I had a guy who complained all the time. He complained about every little thing. We're tearing down, he's complaining about something. I'm like, dude, do you not like your job or what? I mean, every event's different. I'm not going to sit up here and complain why there's guests around, So, of course, everybody's deals with that,
Right. Well, and that's one of the things I think a lot of guys are afraid of. So, I mean, if you had to give somebody somebody's ready to do what you're doing, they want to have an off branch. They want to have a staff. They want to go from just being a talented guy to being a talented team of people. What's the best piece of advice you can give them right now to move them forward into what they think they want from what you've learned?
Find people who have passion. Passion is huge, and good work ethics. Mm-hmm. Good work ethics and passion. And another thing is, I've had really good luck with people who have never been in this industry. Because you can train them. Yes, you can train them your way, and they will take off with it if they're interested.
You almost say that the less experience they have, the easier it is to train them the way you want to train them.
That is correct.
And where did you go looking? If you weren't looking in this industry, where'd you go looking for people?
Friends and family who knows somebody who wants extra money on this. Another area was the local high schools, some like my high school, they give credits to the students for coming out and working. So
your school though, that's a rarity. I mean, I wish I would have had that in my. I grew up in a small town. I didn't go to Fort Worth, so they didn't have anybody who gave a crap whether or not I knew how to spin a disc, okay, or knew anything about equipment. I either understood football and math, or I wasn't going to do much of anything, right? So I was a black sheep, into theater. And knocking on the door of the small town radio station, which is the way I learned all this stuff. So it's kind of cool that you were sitting in a situation and still are in a situation where they're training kids in high school around the kind of technical skills that you might be looking for.
Exactly. And a lot of, you'd be surprised. And a lot of them just about all of them have a passion in this industry, and they're going to respect it. And they have to, because they got to have a good grade out of it. They don't want to flunk the class. Mm-hmm. And then the high schools, typically you don't have to. You don't even pay them. It's a grade for them.
Right.
I got that. Even some local colleges are the same way. Now I'll give them some money. Pay them out a little something just so that way they can.
Yeah, we need some incentive to be able to find somebody who's going to work hard enough to want to keep the job, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now I understand that since you started doing this, you've traveled all over the world doing this kind of stuff.
On the photo and video side, yes.
Yeah, where have you been?
We've been to Canada. We've been to Indiana. We got a wedding coming up in Florida. We've been to Bahamas and Fredericksburg. We've been to Austin, and there's one other state. Oh man, that's it actually.
So now, did that kind of happen as an evolution, just all by itself, or was that a planned thing for you?
It happened by itself. People see the work. People will fly in from out of state, and they'll be in an event where I'm at. They're like, "Oh, we like this quality. We got to hire this guy." And they'll fly us out.
Mm-hmm. So this brand and this business you've created, you kind of learned it as you went. You kind of school of hard knocks, or did you have some mentors and teachers along the way of your own?
High school, bro. The high school I was at, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm very blessed that they taught this industry for free. That's seriously. And another thing the most I spent money on it is maybe not maybe. We actually took workshops, photo, video, and lighting, training courses on lighting, decor, and DJing.
Where did you find these training courses, and what kind? Give me an example of some of the ones you've taken.
I took a local one here, like a local photographer named Raphael. Mm-hmm. Took a training course on photography and learning the lighting side.
Yeah.
There's a workshop that you can buy, like a series of videos you can buy from Photo Jared Poland. He teaches on DSLR video, and he also teaches on photography and flash. That one right there was the start of it all.
Really?
So I started after him. I started looking at other talents out there and started going into these workshops, and it was good to take these workshops because it helped me understand why these videos and pictures look so good. What is the trick behind all this? I have an eye of capturing and framing the subject right. Mm-hmm. But let's see about extending our knowledge and see how they do it, mm-hmm. And if I understand their industry, it actually helps me promote my industry. But if I don't understand the industry, for example, the videographer as a DJ, which I used to not like, okay, it's just an audio device, or how important is the audio recording for the videographer, or when is it so important to make sure the videographer knows that needs to know when I'm about to make the next announcement at the event. If I'm not respecting that industry, I'm actually potentially making it harder for him, and potentially I'm not going to have any content for myself. I can't put myself out there. Versus if I worked with him, more likely he or she would be more happy to share content with me, or even make me a promo video, which I've done for several DJs here locally, even for their DJ company, even for another local company here locally. That's on my shirt. I made videos for them, because they respect my industry. They respect every aspect of it, of the photo, video, and DJ side.
Yeah.
So
I noticed you didn't mention any DJ training. Have you taken any DJ training or training on the entertainment side?
I will say yes, Peter Mary, if you're familiar with him.
Yeah.
I've taken his class. I've actually I utilized some of the nuggets he had and wedding side and MC side, MC skills, making it grand, and kind of on the sales skill, like sales pitch side of things, on how is it important for us to make sure your event is perfect. It's all about the couple. At that time, it was about weddings.
Right.
I will utilize that and use that in the school side. Some people was like, how the heck are you able to get these school dances to book you for this type of show? And
well, what type of shows?
Like concert level looking shows, and it really all goes back to, again, I was taking good photos and videos of my content, making promotional content, and set it up right, and just throwing it out there on YouTube and social media, and making it in the day. I also have another thing here that I actually took. There was another company that did school dances. We're familiar with them. Master School Dances, Ronaldo Offerman.
Yeah, I know Ronaldo.
Yeah, so I've actually taken some of his courses. Actually, I took all his stuff.
Yeah.
He's in the Florida market.
Right.
I'm in the Texas market. We also have a business partner in Florida where he's at. However, I took a few nuggets of what he did and kind of used them here. And some of them worked, some of them did, because every market's different. What I would say this in the school industry is be different. And if you want to get into the school market, it's really easy to get into the high schools if you can get into the elementary schools and the middle schools.
Right.
You start off small and you work your way up. You don't want to start off big with the big account and then not be able to handle it. So you want to get your feet wet with the smaller school dances, like the little weekday ones at a elementary school or middle school. Some of them will pay anywhere from $100 to about $800 or $1,500 for a school day. It depends on the school and how you sell. It comes down to sales and what they want to spend. But another thing to look at it as, if it's a weekday, and they're not paying much, but take it as a learning aspect and utilizing the footage that you get from your setups that you set up without kids in the picture, and utilize that for the next school that might be interested in your services. And then you can upcharge from there. Just work your way up. Maybe offer something different than what you did offer the other school.
Right.
That's really helped. And then once you have all your content together, put together like some type of flyer or a press kit or something that you can just drop off at the school that's got eye candy in it for them of your work legitimately. Make sure it's all your own content, and you drop it off at the school, and you'll start seeing phone calls come in. I mean, dude, I've gotten phone calls left and right on schools calling me for their events that I never thought I would never get a phone call from.
So this is great, and it sounds like you've had kind of you've had quite a career so far, learning as you went, creating as you go, and then that statement, be different. I mean, I think you can say that just about any, whether it be the school market, the wedding market. I mean, DJs, are not thought of as different in the first place. So
they're not.
You can show up as different. I think that's pretty powerful all by itself.
And when I say different, unfortunately, and this is what I hate how our industry went. As a DJ, we didn't have to haul lights and trusses and line arrays and all that garbage. All we had to do was show it a couple of speakers, turntable, a mixer, in our crates.
Mm.
You know, and we, because at the end of the day, it's all about the music. But at the end of the day, it's all about that first impression. When them kids are swiping through social media and searching the internet, if they see something that looks really cool, it's gonna generate a phone call to you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying go take out a mortgage and go buy LED video walls and a bunch of moving heads and a line array system. But I'm saying being creative with, you know, with your image and the way you carry yourself, for one. For two, comes down to your setups. You know, I hate to say it, but lighting is everything when it comes to that first impression when a customer is searching and looking at pictures of a DJ. That's how we differentiate ourselves. You know, it's the lighting. It makes a big difference, and having the right equipment to capture the setups and capture the moments and all the energy that you're creating on the dance floor. So it's not all about the setups, but it's also about the entertainment and the energy that you're providing. So that energy can be pictures of people with all their hands in the air and having a good time. And even that is all they need in order for them to be happy to book with you. You don't have to have the biggest and the baddest setups. So I'm not saying, again, you know, it all matters on how you put together your company, your business, and your plan.
Right.
So yeah, it's because I was booking school dances, you know, back in 2009, rolling out there with DMX intelligent lights, but you know, they weren't the most fanciest ones, but those lights back then might have been about $800 or $900 a piece, which back then with inflation, it probably today around $1,500 a piece. But if I were to take that same technology back then as of today, now those lights are worth half of that price, you know? So I'm not saying go out and buy the most expensive thing you can find, you know, if they want to get technical on some of the setups. So,
well, it all sounds like you've been very successful, and it sounds like it's going to be a quite a presentation you're going to put together. It looks like you're going to be on Tuesday before lunch, but you know, at this point, you know, when you're going to be on isn't as important as the fact that, you know, if you're thinking about this at all, that you should go out now and get a ticket to Vegas and get out there and be a part of it. It's February 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. And as of today, I think I saw that Sun Country Airlines, you can get tickets for less than $100 one way. So
yeah, that's actually true. My wife just she was just looking at flights just now, and a flight for me is $197.96. So as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna go book it. That's with Southwest coming from flying out of Dallas.
Yeah.
So,
how long have you been married, by the way?
14 years. 15 years in October.
Any kids?
Yes, we have 3, and then plus an adopted. So
how old are they?
We have 3, 6, 7, and 12.
So you don't sleep at all?
No. No, it's we get very little sleep around here, but it's gotten better.
Do they think Dad's cool being a DJ?
They do.
Really?
They really do. They love Dad.
My daughters, man, they never thought I was cool to this day.
Oh, man, my oldest daughter wants to be a DJ.
Oh man. Then tell her to not do that. Tell her to go get an education. What's wrong with her?
Oh, she can get an education, but hey, listen to this. I mean, if I can get her in there and she's making money and going to school, better than working at retail or flipping burgers.
Dad's gonna be a lot safer.
Yeah,
I got it. That's great. Hey, thank you so much for being a part of this, and don't forget
Absolutely.
now, one of the best things about this whole show is that we don't have a bunch of presenters that are going to show up, get on stage, and then and then boogie out of there. He's coming just like everybody else to be a part of the show. This is one big family event where we're all going to know each other. We're all going to talk to each other before, during, and after, and it's going to be a really cool experience, not like any other that you've been a part of. And I am really proud to be a part of it, being the MC for John and for this show. I've been a part of everything that John and I have put together things for longer than either one of us want to admit it. And I'm just proud to be a part of the things that he's trying to do within the DJ world. And that we have Brandon, who's now a part of this as well, I think is just going to make it even better. Thank you, sir, again for being a part of this.
Absolutely.
And, be
Thanks
sure
for
to
having
check
me.
us out. Go ahead. What was that?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. I know we're going to have some more presentations tomorrow night around 7 o'clock as well, more presenters, and then throughout the Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays beforehand. This is DJNTV. You want tickets, go to djntv.com/tickets. Use the promo code DJNTV 20 show 2020, DJNTV show 2020. And if you use that code, you're going to get the best prices on any of the tickets for any of the things that you're going to be a part of. Otherwise, I'll see you there. And thanks again for tuning in for DJNTV and Presenter Spotlight. See you next time.